So we've talked about sort of different ways for internalizing one scale. But obviously, in a piece of music, as chords go by, you may decide that you need different scales to fit to these modulating tonalities. Rather than practicing different scales conforming to an entire song, what I like to suggest is that you take something called pairs, scale pairs. So these would be two different scales that conform to two different chords, going over and over and over. Now today I'm going to suggest that we use two different scales. One is D melodic minor and the other is F sharp melodic minor. Now, a lot of people that haven't practiced this way, if they were going to play those two scales next to each other, they would play them both in root position. It would sound like this. And that's fine. But we want to go deeper because music doesn't happen always in root position, right? We don't want sort of our limits in terms of what we know, the relationships that we've internalized, to prevent us from coming up with the best musical idea that we, or any appropriate musical idea in the moment when we're improvising or as an arranger, as a composer, whatever. So what we want to do is practice these two scales side by side with voice leading. So I'll explain that to you. So again, I'm going to go down to extended range of D melodic minor, which is the lowest note on my instrument is G, and I'll just play the mode of the scale in G. So that's my D melodic minor starting on G. Now from my starting note, which is G, I want to go to the nearest note which falls in F sharp melodic minor. That's going to be G sharp. And then I play the F sharp melodic minor scale. Now from there I go to the nearest note from the G sharp, I go to the nearest note in the D melodic minor scale, which is A. And I play the D melodic minor scale from A to A. And then again, I go from A to the nearest note in the F sharp melodic minor, which again will be A. Then I go to B. So that's basically playing each scale alternating with voice leading. And that's what I call scale pairs. You can also do that with sequences. So I'll play a sequence from G. I'll do 1, 3, 5, 7. Starting on G, the D melodic minor scale. Then starting on the nearest starting point, which is G sharp, 1, 3, 5, 7, F sharp melodic minor. Back to D melodic minor. Back to F sharp. So there you have scale pairs, both as modal inversions of the scale and also as sequences. Okay. I would say work on that for a while. And if you're looking for a series of different pairs that really apply, you can also check out my book, which is called Arpeggios for Jazz, Violin, Viola, and Cello. We practice these common relationships between two chords, then that's really what's going to prepare us to do the final step, which is to apply this over a progression. So now I'm going to take a progression of chords, more than just two chords. I'm going to play 4 different chords in a progression, and they're all going to be dominant 7th chords going in the cycle of fifths. So they're going to be in this order: C dominant 7, F dominant 7, B flat dominant 7, E flat dominant 7. And the way I'm going to deal with these chords is by playing the bebop scale. So I'll play going up on C dominant 7, going down on F dominant 7, going up on B flat dominant 7, going down on E flat dominant 7. At the end of this passage of each scale, I'm going to try to find a way to improvise just slightly so that I can connect onto a chord tone in the next scale, because that's a big principle of how bebop scales work, is that we start on a chord tone. So 4 different scales, sort of connected with voice leading, playing over a progression of 4 different chords. Now these are more sophisticated exercises, but ultimately these are the types of exercises you want to practice to really internalize the voice-led relationships between scales and chords. For more insights, for more ideas, definitely pick up jazz scales for violin, viola, and cello, which will be helpful for you to see these things on the page while you're in the process of memorizing. And also go to christianhowes.com, and we've got a shop there, and we've got a summer camp and all kinds of opportunities and resources for you. Please do leave a comment. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see, if there's anything that you really enjoyed from this, and please do share this. Thanks.